It is a pretty toasty day today. Oh, I guess I should say, hey there guys, welcome back to Calico Cow Acres. We are gonna do some more work in the garden. Last weekend we spent a lot of time weeding by hand and just kind of mulching and prepping some beds. We're gonna be prepping beds in a different way this weekend, and maybe actually planting some things. I have the A-frame with the chicks on it in last year's melon bed. They've been working on clearing that up for me the last few days, but they're not quite there yet. Since I wasn't really able to get the big patches where our melons and pumpkins and squash were last year covered up because I just ran out of time and I didn't have enough of our tarps to cover that and all the other garden beds. So those kind of got neglected. They need major cleanup, and although we are trying to get away from tilling starting this year, we are going to till up those patches, and I think that's a good compromise for this year, and hopefully next year that won't be something we have to do. We're slowly transitioning to no-till with this. I'm gonna go grab the tiller, get it plugged in, and move the A-frame to a different spot, get them set up, get them some fresh water and whatnot, and put them on some grass. I bet they'll be really happy about that. Good job. The clouds just rolled in. It's kind of looking a little stormy up here. Look at that. But honestly, it kind of feels nice. I'm glad the sun's not beating down on me. So I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and if it rains, it actually might feel nice. Okay, so I'm gonna try and till that up today. That area, we kind of started to use the hoe on that area. Look how green it's getting out here. Move the chicks onto some grass. That's the potato bed, so we're not touching that. All of this needs to get tilled. You can see right here where I've had the chickens the last few days. They've done a decent job. I'm running out of time. I need to get corn planted. So we need to work on this.
There are literally thousands of YouTube channels sharing homestead content. There are tons and tons of books available.
It still works. That's always exciting when I haven't touched something for a year and it still works. All right, let's get to tilling. So he said he wanted to till, and I was like, okay, you can do that, go for it. So he is working on that right now, and I am just gonna get these in the ground, I guess, so that they don't get dried out and I don't have to think about them anymore. They could just go in the ground and do their thing. The plant bug has bitten him too. He also came home with 3 more pepper plants of varieties we don't have. We got a Fresno chili, which I meant to grow those this year and I just forgot to get seeds. He got a Thai hot pepper. This is also a little chili. In the past, we've loved these. We've grown them almost every year since we started gardening. Honestly, even before we started having like built big gardens, we always grew these on our porch. I can never find the exact seeds for these that I want though. They always turn out differently. So we just buy a start from the store. We have kept these plants alive for like 4 years in a row before, just putting them in our basement over the winter. So we might try and do that again this year. And then he got a surprise one that we've never tried, and it's a Cajun bell. I've never even heard of. It says spicy bell pepper, so we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. It sounds yummy. while we're sitting here taking a little break, I figured I would show you the plants we got earlier at our plant sale, and then we also stopped by the nursery just to browse because sometimes that's just really fun to do and I can't resist plants. So we got a Juliet tomato. This thing's massive. It needs to go in the ground. It's like 2 feet tall, minus the pot. This is not a variety that we were growing, and it was at the plant sale, and I figured why not? It's bigger than all of our tomatoes right now. This was another one that we don't have seeds for, and it's tiny still, but I think it'll be okay if I just get it in the ground. This is a Sun Gold cherry tomato. I tried to only get varieties that I wasn't already growing. They had a lot of stuff that I already have started or seeds for. This is a Sun Zephyr squash, which I have never seen these before. It's like a yellow summer squash with like the bottom half of it's green, which is interesting. I got a dipper gourd plant, which they're kind of like birdhouse gourds, but they're really, really long. And then they have the ball at the end so that it's like, you know, like a ladle kind of. Those were all from the plant sale. This is what I got from the nursery. We got a lunchbox red sweet snacking pepper. Again, really big plants. I got another rhubarb plant, which is a really big one. The ones we got before were bare roots from Lowe's, and they were really tiny. So I figured why not get another one. This is just a Victoria rhubarb, which is the most standard one I would say that I see. And then something I wasn't expecting to see, which it really surprised me, we have plenty of strawberry plants. These are everbearing, and we do have a few varieties that are everbearing already, I believe. But these ones are the ones with the pink flowers, and I've only ever seen these online. I've never seen them for sale in person, and I couldn't resist them. So I just got 2. We can take the runners off of them eventually and propagate them, so we'll have more, but I figured they're very pretty. They have pink flowers, and they should give us a few flushes of strawberries throughout the summer, so neat. That's all. Wasn't a ton, but stuff I'm very excited for. And I'm happy that I got to take a little bit of a break and talk to you guys. I also dug out my old DSLR camera from high school. Literally, this camera is like 15 years old at this point. And it's like an actual DSLR old photography camera. We're trying to use this too so that we can both film at the same time and I don't have to film on my phone. So if it looks a little bit different right now, that's why, and hopefully this footage is okay to use. And I guess if you're seeing it, I decided it was okay. So just note if it looks a little bit different or if I sound different, that's why. This tomato is all over the place. This one's tiny, but I know where my tomatoes are going specifically, so I'm gonna get these guys in the ground first. Then I think we'll do peppers next since we have the most of those, and figure out where we want to put the 2 vining plants. I know where the rhubarb's gonna go, but we'll do that last. Filming inception. He's filming up there. All right, so the pea beds are also our tomato beds, but we didn't do peas in this one, so I'm gonna put the 2 tomatoes in this bed so we don't get in the way of the peas. Interesting. That is a chewing tobacco package. Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna actually break off these lower branches and plant this sideways. Some of the pieces that I took off of that were actually suckers, not all of them. So I am going to try and pop those in some water soon, and maybe we'll get extra plants out of it. Hey friends! What are you doing? Just getting a drink. We've got this sun zephyr squash. I don't know if these climb. I assume they're more like zucchini that you would have baby squashes on them. So I'm gonna not put this on a trellis. I think I'm gonna put it in this carrot bed in the corner right there. Oh my gosh, we have baby cilantro coming up. That's all brand new. That wasn't coming up before. I didn't even notice that yesterday. Dipper gourd. I have a feeling that these climb, but I'm gonna look it up really quick because I don't want to put it in a spot that it can't climb.
12 seconds later.
After a moment of research, it looks like these do climb, which makes sense. I just wanted to make sure. I think I'm gonna put this at the other end of our big tunnel here. Pull a few weeds out of here. Trying to be better about labeling things this year. I can usually tell what they are, but since I didn't have the seeds for this, I feel like I'll just keep the label with it so I remember what it is. I think I'm gonna try and break out the hose really quick so that I don't forget to water things in. Honestly, that's like one of my biggest things that I do is I get so excited to plant things and then I'm done and I'm like, we're done planting, we're good to go. I forget to water things. I'm so bad about it.
This year, I went and I picked up my first haul of strawberries.
It looks massive. Look how red it is. Got that red dirt.
Up at the top, it's still sticky clay.
Huh.
You might wanna.
I figure we add some compost again this year. We have a whole pile of it still over there.
Yeah, I figure if you want, like before we like rake the rows, we could dump like 1 or 2 carts of compost in there.
If you want to, either that or we can just top it. Either way. I would like to get it into the like market garden style rows and then mulch the pathways in between. And I want to do a pathway like a foot wide between the little rows. I'm dripping hose water down my boots right now. Uncomfortable.
The ducks love to come into the beds after we kind of clear them out again, and I assume they're finding a bunch of bugs to eat. I guess this is the first time we've tilled this year, but even when we knocked down the mounds that were in there, they got really excited and ran in, so there must be some good bugs in there.
Sun zephyr squash going in the raised bed. Starting to get some blushing strawberries. I've actually already picked quite a few from a different spot, but these ones are starting to ripen. I think what I'm going to do is put one of the pink strawberries right here and then another one by the new rhubarb so that I know that the ever-bearing pink flowering strawberries are next to each rhubarb plant. Oh, a calendula is coming up from last year. Some nice roots. have all of the plants that we got today planted. Taylor is back there tilling the second patch, as I'm sure you can hear in the background, so hopefully you can hear me. I am going to take this rake up to the patch she just finished tilling and start raking it into like market garden style rows. We're trying something different this year. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to show you very well because this has a tiny little tripod on it, but I am going to do my best. Okay, we are back to one camera because the other one died finally. It lasted longer than I thought it would. I got this big patch put into some sort of rows and I ran out of some dirt. We're gonna fill up the cart with some soil, bring some more soil over here and some compost, top it off. The ducks are absolutely loving this. They're good little bug catchers. I just loaded this up with compost. I'm gonna top these rows with compost. If I have the energy in me afterwards, I will try and mulch between the rows as well. It's already like 3 p.m. I have been meal prepping and cleaning the house all morning, so I'm getting out here late today, but usually Sundays are not my work outside days. They are my work inside and get ready for the weekdays. So I'm just happy to have any time out here at all. I think my next step is to get some of the chunky mulch we have in the pathways and put it in between these so that I don't have to worry so much about weeds, and hopefully it will hold in a lot more water. I rotated the direction of these because we're on a hill here. I know it's kind of hard to tell. It's not like a super steep hill, but there is a good slope here. And so when it rains, the hope is that these will catch water and hold the water in, and our plants should really enjoy that. I finished mulching this. I got it watered in really well, and I am ready to go in and have some dinner. It's getting pretty late out here in the evening and we have to kind of finish getting ready for the work week. So the last thing I'm gonna do out here, I soaked some sweet corn seeds last night. I don't remember which variety. I have 3. What this one is specifically, I'm only doing one kind right now. We're gonna take a few of these rows and do some corn in like a block shape so that it can easily pollinate itself. And then the rest of them will be squash, pumpkins, maybe some melons. We're just gonna kind of see what needs to go where and put it in when we decide that it needs to get planted, which honestly I think everything could get planted at this point, but I just don't have the capacity to plant everything all at once. So this week we might be planting more in here. We will need to mulch more in these pathways, and also I would like to mulch the mounds too, but I haven't quite decided what I want to do for that yet. So for now, I'm just going to leave them as is and keep them really well watered. Okay, I am done planting the corn, and I think that's going to be the last thing we do in this video. I did want to talk about something really quick. The last couple months, I have been so horrible about responding to your guys' comments. It's not without reason. There's just been a lot going on around here. It's been very hectic, and I figure I should probably fill you guys in on some life updates. So I started a new position at my job, which requires me to work specific hours. So I no longer have the ability to work flex hours like I did before. And so my availability is just a little bit different, a little bit more difficult to get to YouTube and social media world things. I've kind of had to pull back a little bit on that. I'm sure you've noticed our schedule's been a little bit erratic, we've been switching it up a little bit, trying to figure out what's gonna work best for the situation that we are currently in. So the goal is to be filming a week ahead of time at this point and posting on Sundays or Mondays the week after, so that you guys still get a video every week, but it's just more manageable for me to be able to edit throughout the week instead of having to scramble to do it on Saturday or Sunday night. So I promise I am going to be trying to respond to your comments more going forward. I appreciate all of them. So hopefully we'll be able to kind of get in a little bit of a better groove with all of that again and keep rocking and rolling with videos. I've considered maybe starting to do like a monthly live video or something. If anybody would be interested in that, let me know below. I think we're going to be doing a couple extra videos going forward in the next few months about just going through our daily routines on like a weekday and then a weekend, and just show you kind of what life looks like right now for us, because I feel like you're only getting bits and pieces, and I want to do a kind of life update but walk you through our day. So let us know below if any of that sounds good to you, if you'd like to see anything in particular, give us any video ideas. We're always open to extra fun videos that aren't just our weekly vlogs, and we appreciate you guys giving us ideas. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.